someone told me like the older you get, the faster the years go by, and I'm like, well, I hope that's not the case, because if so, I'm gonna die next year. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a new video. We're not doing a reaction video today. I feel like I've been doing that a lot and I love it, but I've been trying to really just make other content, and I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys. It's the end of 2023. It's crazy. It's December. Honestly, I thought this year, I was like reflecting, and I thought this year didn't go by as fast as I thought it would. I feel like so much happened this year, and everybody's years are different. I just wanted to sit down and make a video about what this year was like, what we have in store for next year, and just kind of reflecting and talking, because why the fuck not? And I have my little mug here, my favorite mug. I got this at Target, or you've probably seen it in some of my other videos. But yeah, my little baby, he's sleeping in my room right now. This is not my room. I'm in a new setting right now because I'm kind of cleaning, and yeah, I kind of have a mess. 2023, I was born in 2000, so every year is easy to be like, oh, 2023, I'm 23 this year. I think that's pretty fucking cool. I've always loved being born in 2000. If you're 2000s baby, then good job. I mean, not good job, but like, congrats to you, because that's a special year to be born in. The beginning of the year was kind of, I don't know, I think, I think last year was personally, like 2022 was personally one of the worst years mentally in my life. I went through so much. I'm still planning to make another video, kind of regarding specific events that kind of took place that really made it that case of just being the worst year, one of the worst years of my life. But yeah, I definitely want to reflect on how much good there has been this year, despite still having a lot of hardships and struggles and obstacles to overcome. I graduated this year, so that was a big one. Honestly, I didn't know if that was even going to be a possibility for me, because for the longest time I just kind of felt really lost in terms of like what I wanted to do with school, and what I was even going to do after school. That's still something I'm figuring out to this day, and it's really scary and it makes me feel a little lost. But it is what it is. You kind of just have to keep going and making decisions that you think will help you prosper, and that's really all I can say about that. January was kind of interesting because in December, some of my friends and I, we kind of went through this thing where like things didn't go very well, and I kind of lost one of my best friends at the beginning of the year because we kind of just stopped talking. We didn't see eye to eye certain things, and we had a whole conversation about it, and that just didn't, I mean, the conversation went well, but like things after that just kind of like went downhill, whatever. But yeah, that was like the beginning of the year. So I've always been happy with the people in my life. So thankfully, I still had really, really great people in my life. I still had my bestest friend ever to this day. He's still here, and my other best friend too. It's like, I don't know, I've been really happy with all the people in my life this year. That's definitely something that I've realized a lot this year, like not taking people or like my friends and family for granted, because I feel like that's something that I would do so much all the time without even like thinking about it. I started therapy last September, so I've been in therapy all year pretty much, and wow, that's crazy to say. That's insane to say, actually. I can't believe it's been more than a year now that I've been in therapy. But honestly, it's been a big blessing. I believe everybody needs therapy, regardless if you think you do or not. I'm sure there's always something that you want to reflect on or just think about and move past in a healthy way. I think something that I really didn't partake in a lot this year was dating, for the reason that like ever since last year, I think I just really put a pause on that. I wanted to really work on my mental health and focused on school and graduating, all the important like stuff, all the priorities, all of that was really, and still is really important to me. I mean, I graduated already, so that's something I could just check off. But besides that, so now, like, not now that I graduated, I'm in this boat of what am I doing? Like, what? Like, I'm so confused. Like I have an idea of things that I want to get into, and like certain work industries that I'd love to be part of. This social media thing is something that like I is very very, very close to my heart. I am very passionate about it, and something that I just want to keep growing and growing as time goes by, and hopefully get somewhere to where, I can be a little more successful, because that's definitely one of my goals, is I just keep on living. Oh, ooh, got a subscriber. Nice, very nice. It's cool to see like my page growing here and there, and yeah, it makes me really happy. I have very supportive friends, and I feel loved. I feel like all of the hard work has really come from within myself, and having some sort of support is really nice, because it's kind of like a motivation as well. Not even only that, but seeing how my content kind of resonates with certain people, and how much attention it gets sometimes, like that's really where the motivation comes. I really wish I had more motivation in terms of just like recklessly creating content that could really just kind of blow up any second. And yeah, I don't know, I think I'm really just trying to navigate all of that day by day, having certain ideas. Sometimes it's really hard to just come up with shit, and I think I realized that I think too much. One of my favorite albums of the year is Tate McRae's Think Later, and the title track is a song that I lyrically resonate with a lot, because sometimes it's like, damn, you think too much. Like, nah, don't worry about so much in the moment. Think later, have fun right now, do what you gotta do right now. Don't worry about, don't think about, I ain't stressing about not a fucking thing. Think about possible consequences later. Not that everything you do will have consequences, but hopefully not, right? But the whole point is to just live in the moment, try to be happy, and then cherish and enjoy everything that's going on right now. You're always going to try to make good decisions, because that's just a human thing that we should all be doing. Yeah, I think that's something that really stood out with me this year. I think a lot of that has been able to help me just live vicariously through, you know, my desires and the things that I want to accomplish. I think I still have so much that I want to do, and that's never gonna stop, no matter what age you get to. Hopefully, you always have some sort of motivation or desire to grow as a person. My friendships and connections that I made along this past year. I had a someone. I worked with someone on one of my past vlogs. This friend who I actually met at the club, and he helped me edit one of my videos. And that was an interesting experience, because it helps me kind of see the perspective from other people and their creativity for like what content I make. And unfortunately, it wasn't something that I saw working long term, but I was really glad to try it out, because it's nice being able to work with different people and see what works and what doesn't. So another goal for me for the next year is definitely working with more people. Hopefully, if I get the chance, that'd be really fucking cool. I'm looking forward to just making more stuff. Like recklessly, I think I just want to make more stuff and not think so much and just get things done. I think for like the second half of the year, I've really been trying to kind of get back in the mental space of being very open to dating. I think I was dating someone in July, and we were, well, dating in terms of like going on dates and hanging out a lot. Like we were dating for like a month ish, and unfortunately it didn't really go anywhere, because this person just was not ready for a relationship. They were figuring a lot of stuff out that seemed obviously more important and like more of a priority, and I respect it a lot. And not everything's gonna work out in your favor, and that's something that you learn through experience. It is what it is. I was like the first person that I was like very open to actually like seeing in a more serious situation, because I didn't meet this person through a dating app. I met him through like, oh, we met at the club. I forgot. I was like with one of my best friends, and yeah, he like approached me, and it was all cool, and we exchanged information, and we just kept hanging out. It kind of like really just escalated quickly in terms of like seeing each other, being into each other, and all of that. And unfortunately, it just didn't work out, because I mean, it wasn't my fault. Obviously, it was this person not being ready, and it is what it is. The time you give to other people is a risk, because you never know if it's gonna be time wasted or time that benefits you. But either way, everything is a learning experience, so it's not really wasted time. It's just time that unfortunately didn't work out or wasn't used in the way that you would have wanted it to be. But yeah, dating is something that I'm getting more open to now, and I'm really hoping to meet more and more special individuals. I mean, whether it's dating or just friendship, I think I really want to appreciate every connection that I make now. I've gotten really close to one of my like childhood, well, not childhood, but I guess we played soccer in like our late elementary, middle school, early high school days, and yeah, we're like really fucking close now. He's like one of my best friends now, I would say, and I love him so much. And I'm see like I think I've grown to appreciate every person in my life this past year. My sister is someone who I continuously learn to appreciate and respect every day that I live. She's my twin sister, and I think for the longest time I kind of took that relationship for granted because I didn't really understand how lucky I was to have someone like her with me throughout my entire life, because a lot of people don't have that. Sometimes people are or have siblings that are really close to their age and stuff, but like having someone who's your age and who goes through the same life stages as you, kind of similarly, or even like when you really are at different stages. Sometimes like right now I feel like we're at very different stages in our lives, and I'm really happy for where she's at, and I'm really happy to be where I am and really open to growing and seeing what is up with just the next step or stage in my life, because I truly don't know. Like the thing that I'm prioritizing right now is my career and my hobbies and my just like getting to where I want to be, doing things that can make that happen. I think that's been something that's been really on my mind this entire year. Like, what can I do to continue growing? Like I hate being stagnant in terms of living every day not doing anything that's productive, because I think a big thing about me this year is if I'm not doing anything, I'm freaking out, because I'm like, if I'm not creating content, if I'm not applying to jobs, if I'm not out working out, if I'm not outside, getting a mental health walk in, if I'm not socializing with friends, if I'm not, doing something that just makes me feel like I'm moving, I freak out. And maybe that's something that I can work on a little bit. I don't know, maybe, but it's also a really good thing because I love being productive and I love feeling like I'm going somewhere and like actually moving in the right direction. This past year has been a big learning experience in terms of just constantly being open to change and constantly being okay with, failing and not always getting what you want, but making sure that nothing really tears you down and stops you from like proceeding and just going on and moving on to other things that could be better. I was up for like a job earlier this year, and unfortunately I did not get it. I was really close there. I was like at the finish line, and they just went with a candidate that was a little more experienced in the field that we were kind of in. I thought that my interview went really well. I made a really good impression. I had a connection to it all too, and I thought I was like really seeing myself there. But at the same time, like my gut told me like, damn, like this is a little too easy or fast in a way, in the sense that like, damn, is this really happening, to the point where I kind of made myself believe like, no, this isn't happening. But I didn't want to believe that. I wanted to be very hopeful and happy and excited that this would happen, and it wasn't in the cards for me. So I moved on from that. It didn't turn me down. It made me more motivated to be like, hey, this isn't for you. You're gonna find something that's definitely more for you. Like something's coming up, something's in store, and you can't dwell on it. And I think a big lesson I learned this year is to not dwell on like the bad things, the things that weren't meant for you. I finished Accutane earlier this year, and my skin's looking better and better. I definitely have to take care of it more. Another big goal of mine for next year is to really be on top of my skincare, learn more about what's healthy for my skin, because I just struggled with it for so long. Like I made a whole video about how Accutane changed my life. It's in my channel somewhere, and you guys can go check it out. The big goals for next year are to definitely start and further my career, grow my content and my channel more and more, care less more and more about who I am and who I want to be on social media and what I portray myself as and all of that. Like I've really learned to really stop wanting to please people who don't deserve to be pleased, because that just ends up backfiring, and it kind of sets me back. And that's the whole point, is to move forward, not to be set back, especially by things and people that don't matter. I'm just really happy with the growth that I've been able to achieve, and there's just so much more to do and grow. Like, I'm definitely not where I want to be. I mean, financially, mentally, I feel like I've grown to be somewhere where it just seems healthier and happier, and I'm just really grateful for what I have right now. And I know that things are just gonna look up, and that's like, it's all about perspective too. Like, if you believe that things are gonna work out in your favor, then they will. But if you really live life with such a negative mindset, I just don't see things going that well. And that's just the reality, because in a way you're kind of manifesting that negative outcome for yourself. And I tried to learn a little bit about manifestation this past year, and I just personally don't really understand it. In a way, I feel like we slowly manifest things here and there when we are determined, have the right mindset, perspective, the right attitude. In a way, to me, that's manifesting. I don't know if that's correct or not. I know people are very specific about these types of like spiritual things, and it's all very complicated in my head, but at the same time it's all about perspective and having a good outlook on certain things, and just having the right mindset. Like, that's really all. I don't know what else to say about that, but I've been trying to, I mean, I think I've done a really good job with having the right mindset this entire year, even when things just don't look amazing. I think that I've been able to really have a strong mind and just see things for what they could be, instead of for the things that they are right now. I also started Invisalign in June, because I've had horrible teeth for my entire life, and I didn't grow up with the privilege of being able to afford it, honestly. So when I saved up enough money, well, I didn't save up money for this, but I realized I had enough money saved up for it, and I realized I just had to do it. I've been much more confident this past year. Even before my Invisalign, I think my confidence was just something that really flourished this year. I actually went out clubbing a lot this past year. Honestly, it's kind of scary, but it's been so fun. I've met so many people, just being out and clubbing and having fun and drinking a lot. Another goal for sure is to drink less. I want to drink in more moderation, more responsibly. I mean, I had my really good experiences. I don't really have regrets, I guess I would say, but I definitely want to make better choices when it comes to that. But yeah, my Invisalign is definitely something that has helped my teeth so far. I've only been like 6 months on it, and I just feel more confident with my smile every day, and still getting more comfortable with it. And it's something that's just really helped me feel like myself, and feel like I can only get better from here. you know Physically and mentally. I think that's really, I'm in a good place, I would say. Music is probably something that I will save for another video, talking about my favorite music for the year. But yeah, that's something I'm definitely going to want to make a video about. I made a video about my 2022 and how it like was really bad. It's on my channel somewhere, like, you can scroll. But no, this year was really, 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 really interesting, dynamic, fast paced, but not extremely fast to the point where like it just happened like that. I guess everything happened with its time, and yeah, I think everything just kind of made sense and happened the way it had to. I'm just excited to see how much I flourish this next year, and I just want to be happier and happier every day, and not pay mind to things that won't help me become that version of myself. And I hope you guys had an amazing year. And if not, there's always next year, and there's always next week. Like, growing doesn't have to happen in spans of years. It happens in your own time, the things that you do to help get you to where you want to be. Definitely recommend therapy if that's what you think you need. Do it. It's amazing. It's really something that's a big blessing if you need the professional help. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what's to come. And yeah, that's it. That's 2023, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the content of this video. Please like this video to show some support. Share this video with other people who might be able to resonate with some things that I spoke about. Subscribe for more content. I really want to just continue growing this page, and if that means having people who support me for the content that I love making, then even better. Comment what you thought, and I'll see you guys in the next one.